What is up, y'all? It's your boy, the Renegade Enigma, here doing another video. In this video, I'm here to give you the results for NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. First things first, we had the pre-show. Nothing really interesting happened here except for the return of Corey Graves. Now, for those of you that don't know who Corey Graves is, you could look for him here on YouTube and whatever. You could go on the network for $9.99 a month, or you could even play this game and whatever. He did in this game, that'd be 2K15. So yeah, he came back, but not like you would expect, right? He basically came back to announce his retirement from in-ring competing. You know, because he hasn't been there for months and whatever. And basically what had happened was he got a real bad concussion and whatever, and basically took him out the ring. But with that said, Triple H basically offered him a 2-year deal to do commentary from now on. So from now on, he's going to be in NXT with Jason Alberts, Alex Riley, and Renee Young on NXT. So to me, this is awesome for him, and like it's awesome for the company, whatever. I feel bad that his in-ring career is over, but at least he still has a career. So, you know, it's kind of like a sad and happy moment all at once, you know what I mean? Like, he actually, like, was in tears at one point because his career was over, but, you know, he was happy that he still, like, was doing something for the company. That, to me, is real passion. That is a real man. That is a real wrestling fan. With that said, though, me being a wrestling fan or whatever, like, first thing I thought of, like, when all that was done was, ha ha, Phil, you punk. But yeah, that was pretty much the pre-show right there. They basically were like recapping what was going to happen in the show after Corey Graves basically announced his retirement. On to the real show, right? We start off with the much anticipated debut of Kevin Owens, aka Kevin Steen from Ring of Honor. Now, in a wrestling fan's point of view, this match was awesome. It was like real short, it was a squash match, but it was awesome. This man's been trying to make it to WWE for 17 years, and he finally made it, you know. Like, all his friends made it there before him. You have Bryan Danielson, aka Daniel Bryan, that made it there before him. You have Tyler Black, aka Seth Rollins, that made it there before him. You have El Generico, aka Sami Zayn, that made it there before him. And then you have Pac, aka Adrian Neville, that made it there before him. But like I said, awesome match and whatever. He basically went against CJ Parker and whatever. And like, for those of you that watched this match and whatever, I was watching this with a friend of mine, and I pointed out, like, I feel bad for CJ Parker because it seems like every time he wrestles, he's basically in a squash match and he's the one getting squashed. I can't remember the last time he actually won a match. Like, he always gets destroyed. Like, if y'all remember, you know, I mean, feel free to comment down below and tell me the last time he won a match. But yeah, like I said, this was a squash match, and like, you know, Kevin Owens, he's a really big dude, but like, he basically got it in this match. He basically pulled off like all these high risk moves, which are like amazing for a big guy, you know what I mean? Like, he pulled off a suicide dive, which was crazy and whatever. There was this one spot where CJ Parker did a palm strike to Kevin Owens' head, and not only did he break Kevin Owens' nose, but he busted open his own hand, and like, allegedly, like, it's all the way to the bone, so like, he messed his own self up. But yeah, like I said, squash match, Kevin Owens won this match, and like, you know, it was really good. So yeah, there's that match. Next match we have for the NXT Tag Team titles, we have the Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara and Kalisto, versus what I call the villains, because I cannot pronounce their tag team name for anything, Simon Gotch and Aiden English. You know, another quick but solid tag team match, which at the end you see Gotch and English get thrown out the ring. Kalisto and Sin Cara go out to do double suicide dives. Gotch gets out the way while English get hit by both of them. Everybody's knocked down except for Gotch. Gotch takes a little bit of time because he doesn't know what to do, so he picks up Kalisto, throws him in the ring, tries to finish him off. Kalisto hits the Salida del Sol. 1, 2, 3, it's over. And still your tag team champions, the Lucha Dragons. Next match we had Baron Corbin versus Ty Dillinger. You know, this was pretty much a typical Corbin match and whatever. It lasted 30 seconds though this time. Only reason is because he pulled off a lot more moves than he would normally pull. You know, he did a big boot and whatever. Like, he's a pretty decent wrestler. He's not a one-trick pony, so like, that was cool. The only reason this match was kind of interesting was because Bull Dempsey was in the crowd watching this match. You know, eventually these two are gonna feud and they're gonna have a match eventually. But yeah, Corbin like won this match. You know, 30 seconds. Okay, next match we have is the tag team grudge match with the Ascension, Connor and Victor versus Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, aka Prince Devitt. For those of you that don't know, he wrestled in Japan before. This match was awesome all the way down to the entrances and whatnot. So like you have Ascension come out and whatever, and I'm not quite sure what their gimmick is anymore, but they're basically like monsters, vampires, whatever, so their entrance is always decent. Then you have Hideo Itami, which I pointed out earlier. I was watching this like with a friend of mine, and he pointed out that he basically was dressed as Scorpion, whatever. He had like a decent yellow and black outfit on, like looked just like Scorpion or whatever, like minus I guess the ninja mask. Then you had the best entrance of the night, which was Finn Balor, aka Prince Devitt. And if you know anything about Prince Devitt, like I said, he used to wrestle in Japan, and every time they would have like a big event and whatever, he would go all out with his entrance. Like he would wear body paint and dress up as certain characters. Like you had the time he dressed up as Venom, another time he dressed up as Anti-Venom, another time he dressed up as Carnage. Then you had the time he dressed up as the Joker. Like a variety of different comic book characters and whatever. Basically you name it, he probably dressed up as that character for that particular event. Now this being WWE and being mainstream and whatever, he probably couldn't do those certain characters due to copyrights and whatever. But yeah, he basically dressed up as a like a generic demon and whatever, but still this generic demon looked awesome. Like to me, it looked like a combination of Venom and Carnage combined. So yeah, that was decent. Like he crawled to the ring like he was a demon himself. Like really awesome. Like that to me was the best entrance of the night. Like I said, like really interesting and really decent. If you like that type of thing, look it up here on YouTube or go to the WWE Network if you have that and look that up there. Again, awesome. Now the match itself, again, awesome or whatever. They went in this match like Hideo and Finn, like they did all these high risk moves, and they basically won this with both of them going on top of the ropes and whatever, and pulling off a double stomp to both members of the Ascension. 1, 2, 3, it's over. Hideo Itami and Finn won. Then you have a little backstage segment, an interview with Roman Reigns, who used to be part of the NXT roster and whatever. He's part of the main roster now, but nothing really major happened here. All he really said was that he's gonna go for the WWE World Heavyweight title eventually. So yeah, we have that to like expect in the future. Next awesome match we had was for the NXT Women's title, and that is Charlotte, Ric Flair's daughter, versus Sasha Banks. And like I just said, this match was awesome. So much so you had someone like X-Pac, Six-Pac, whatever you want to call him, 1, 2, 3 Kid, Sean Waltman. He basically was quoted on Twitter just saying this was an awesome match. Not a ladies match, but an awesome match. Cause like they pulled off stuff like not even like some guys would pull off. To me, this was like reminiscent of the Attitude Era and having like someone like Lita versus Trish Stratus. They were that good, Unlike most like the divas you have today in the main roster, where basically it's like a slap fight, pulling hair and whatever, not really wrestling, whatever. No, these ladies got it in and they actually wrestled and it was awesome. So yeah, at the end of the match, basically like we had Charlotte put Sasha Banks on top of the rope, and she pulled off her finisher, natural selection from the top of the rope. 1, 2, 3, bam, it was over. Again, awesome match. Finally, we had the main event, which is for the NXT title. We have Adrian Neville, the champion, versus Sami Zayn, the challenger, which if Sami Zayn loses, he's leaving the company, whatever he's done. My opinion, this match was epic. Like it's up there with WrestleMania. Like it should have been on a WrestleMania like card, in my honest opinion. Lots of back and forth, lots of ref bumps and whatever. Like it was awesome. The end came when the ref got bumped. He fell, got hurt and whatever. Sami Zayn was down to Adrian Neville, goes outside the ring to grab the belt, and he tries to hit Sami Zayn with the belt, but Sami reverses it, gets the belt in his hands. And the whole story here was that Sami Zayn is a nice guy and whatever. Like he has to have like a mean side, like a mean streak to win the belt and whatever. So he has the belt in his hand and whatever, and like he's like confused and whatever. Like he wants to hit Adrian with the belt, but like in the end he decides not to, which almost was his downfall, because Adrian rolls him up. 1, 2, he kicks out luckily. Sami gets mad and like throws Adrian in the corner, finally hits his boot on him. 1, 2, 3, and Sami Zayn is your new NXT champion. Really epic if you're a wrestling fan and whatever, you know the backstory to this. Kevin Owens came out to like hug him and whatever, cause like they're like real life best friends or whatever. They've been I want to say they've been friends for like the 17 years that Kevin Owens been trying to make it to the company and whatever. So like, you know what I mean? That basically was a Chris Benoit, yeah, I said Chris Benoit, and Eddie Guerrero moment right there. You know, them holding the titles and whatever. Like, it was like mere epic, and like the whole roster came out there to celebrate with Sami Zayn. Like, it was like, I can't say nothing else. It was epic and awesome, you know. But then we hit the end, right? Sammy is celebrating with the belt and whatever, like he's all happy. Owens comes back out, hugs Sammy, and they're walking out together, right? All of a sudden, Owens clotheslines or choke slams, like whatever it was, Zayn, and like power bombs him on the apron and whatever, and leaves him hurt and whatever. So like we have that heel turn right there. So evidently, the first #1 contender is gonna be Kevin Owens for Sami Zayn's new title win. Yeah, I basically rate the show a 10 out of 10. It was that epic, that awesome to me and whatever, as a wrestling fan and whatever. But yeah, if you have like a different opinion, or if you agree with me, or if you just want to like talk about the event, you know, comment down below and whatever, please feel free. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, you know what I mean, share with your friends if they're wrestling fans and whatever. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and until next time y'all, peace.